Welcome everybody. Today we are going to see the lesson Nutrition in Plants. I am Keriti Kanna. Without wasting any time, let's go on to the first slide. Food. Food is essential for all living organisms. Without food, you can't survive. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals or components of food are called nutrients. These carbohydrates and proteins are called components of food. These components of food are called nutrients. Come on, let's see the examples of each components of food. Carbohydrates. Bread, potato. The bread and potato you are eating has carbohydrates in it. Proteins. Egg, milk. Proteins are also called as bodybuilding food. When you go to a gym, they will ask you to eat a lot of eggs and drink a lot of milks because they are bodybuilding foods. Fats. Chicken, oil. Your parents ask you not to eat too much chicken or oil because they contain fat on it. Vitamins, leafy vegetables, spinach. Minerals, fruits and vegetables. All organisms require food. Each and every organism in this universe requires food. Plants can synthesize food, but animals, including humans, cannot. Humans get food from plants or animals that eat plants. Humans get ready made food from plants such as brinjal, potato, tomato, or non vegetarian such as meat, beef, pork, chicken. Do you know what those chickens will eat? They eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. Mode of nutrition in plants. Plants are the only organism that can prepare food for themselves by using water, carbon dioxide, and minerals. These water, carbon dioxide, and minerals are called the raw materials. These raw materials are very crucial for plants to prepare their own food, without which they can't prepare their food. They will die. The raw materials are present in their surroundings. The raw materials are nearby. For plants, it is in the soil. The nutrients are used to build bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of the body. When you get a wound, it will, after some time, it will poof, disappear. Do you know why? Because of the food you eat that has nutrients in it. They will help you to repair damaged parts of the body. Nutrition. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Auto is equal to self, trophos is equal to nourishment. Together they make self nourishment. This autotrophic nutrition is followed by the plants. Plants are autotrophs. Animals and most other organisms take in ready-made food prepared by the plants. They are called heterotrophs. Do you know what? We humans are also heterotrophs. We take in ready-made food, potato, we eat from which plants only. Photosynthesis, food making process in plants. You know, we call that process as cooking, but there it is photosynthesis. What a difficult name to spell. Leaves are the food factories of plants. In our human life, where are the food factories? In our kitchen. But in these plants, it is in the leaves. Food is prepared in leaves. Water and minerals are absorbed by the roots to leaves. The water and minerals are present in the soil. Those roots from of the plant are attached in the soil and they will suck the water and transport it to all parts of the plant. You will learn it that in next lesson. Carbon dioxide present in the air is taken in by small openings on the surface of the leaf is called stomata. Do you know, in the previous slide I called raw materials of plants are carbon dioxide, water. But how does plants inhale carbon dioxide? It's a mystery. You know what? They use a thing called stomata. Here, this is a stomata. The stomata is covered by God cells. It is present in the surface of the leaves. It is a small opening. It inhales carbon dioxide and helps. This carbon dioxide is an ingredient to make the food for the plant. The The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. They help leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. Do you know why the leaves have a green color, greenish thing? Because they contain chlorophyll. It is a green pigment. The green color showing is not the only job of this chlorophyll. It also helps the leaves to capture the sunlight. The sunlight, and it helps for plant to make food. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Photo equals to light, synthesize equals to combine. Light to combine. Sun is an ultimate source of energy. Sun is from the beginning of the mankind to the end of the mankind. During the process, oxygen is released. Here, let's take a look at this peak. The sun rays fall on the plant. These sun rays are absorbed by the captured by the chlorophyll present in the leaves. And the stomata present in the leaves inhales the carbon dioxide and exhales the oxygen. The water and minerals present in the soil is sucked by the roots to the plant. And in the result, carbohydrates is given. So, next, other modes of nutrition in plants. Do you know some plants do not appear greenish? They have some different colors. Do you know why? Because they do not have chlorophyll, the green pigment. Like humans and animals, such plants depend on the food produced by other plants. They use the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The image shown in this slide is a plant called Cuscuta amerben. This yellow vines are called Cuscuta. Its scientific name is amerben. Can you see? There is a green tree. There is a green tree. The yellow vines are on it. So it takes ready-made fruit from the plant on which it climbing. The Cuscuta takes ready-made food. It deprives. It's a parasite. It deprives the host of valuable nutrients. The vine it is climbing is called Cuscuta. The tree is a host to Cuscuta. Since it deprives the host of valuable nutrients, it is called a parasite. Pitcher plant. The pitcher-like structure is the modified part of the leaf. This looks like a pitcher. This apex of the leaf, the top part of the leaf, forms a lid which can open and close. This is the mouth of the pitcher. Inside the pitcher, there are hairs which are directed downwards. Inside this picture, there are hairs, small hairs, which are directed downwards. When an insect lands in the picture, the lid closes and the trapped insect gets entangled. It is trapped inside that pitcher. The insect is digested. It digests the insect by the digestive juices secreted in the pitcher. The pitcher plant secretes digestive juices. Such insect-eating plants are called insectivorous plants. Another plant is also an insectivorous plant. Its name is Venus flytrap. Saprotrophs. You might have seen packets of mushrooms sold in vegetable market. You may have also seen fluffy umbrella-like patches growing on rotting wood during the rainy season. Fungi is cotton-like threads on a piece of bread. See, when a bread goes past its expiration date, there are cotton-like threads on a piece of bread. They are called fungi. Do they follow the process of autotrophic nutrition or heterotrophic or insectivorous? No. They have a different mode of nutrition. They secrete digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. This fungi secretes digestive juices. In this bread is a dead and decaying matter. It secretes digestive juices and converts it into a solution. The mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients in solution form. From this solution, this saprotrophs, fungi, will take in nutrients from the dead and decaying bread. Is called saprotrophic nutrition. Saprotrophs, saprotrophic nutrition. The fungal spores are generally present in the air. When they land on wet and warm things, they germinate and grow. Some organisms live together and share shelter and nutrients. This is called symbiotic relationship. For example, Certain fungi live in the roots of trees. The tree provides nutrients to the fungi, and in return receives help from it to take up water and nutrients from the soil. This association is very important for the tree. In organisms called lichens, a chlorophyll containing partner, which is an alga. In singular it is called an alga, in plural it is called algae, and a fungus live together. Next slide. Fertilizers and manures. You can see there some farmer is pouring some seeds. This is called a manure. It boosts the energy, it enriches the soil, and in turn it helps to make the plant grow. Fertilizers and manures contain plant nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, etc. These nutrients need to be added from time to time to enrich the soil. You have learned that though nitrogen gas is available in plenty there, plants cannot use it in the manner they can use carbon dioxide. A question might have popped in your head. If carbon dioxide is a gas and also nitrogen is a gas, why my father and our mother is pouring nitrogen fertilizer? Why? Nitrogen is also a gas. Why can't this tomato thing inhale it and help the plant to make food? Because it can't. They need nitrogen in a soluble form. The bacterium called Rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen, the nitrogen in the atmosphere, and convert it into a soluble form. But Rhizobium cannot make its own food. It's not a autotroph. So it lives in the roots of gram, peas, mung, beans, and other legumes and provides them with nitrogen. Thank you for listening to this lecture, and wait for another video, and like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. It is Ritikana that is taking an end. Thank you very much.